Hello friends and welcome back to what will be episode number 2 / stream number 2 in Burden of Command. Last time, my hands are going straight up, probably didn't sell the game in the greatest light. Firstly, we're still doing the tutorial, and secondly, I let my frustrations get the better of me, and I was probably overtired. So we're going to go in again tonight. I believe we will be actually setting foot on like war-torn ground and setting up a new front. What that consists of, I don't entirely know just now because I have not played this game. I've only watched some random streams. But we're going to dive back in, resume and see where we are. As always, I'm going to try and slow this down. And specifically in this game, we're going to read decisions and actually like take measure of what it means. But looking forward to it. I mean, basically, Biz, that would be incredible. It would really be incredible. Oh, we're going to have to redo the tank training. That's okay. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe. We'll see. Chris, how are you, mate? How's it going? Chris actually texted me on WhatsApp to ask it. Oh no, shit, we're going straight in. Let's go. One thing you can't tell me that isn't cool is the fact that they work in like the real life clips and pictures with the game. It's very well done. Like, this is so cool.
Finally, on the 5th day, we got the news. I mean, what we'd been waiting to hear. They handed out little guidebooks. I remember the first line. You are to do duty in North Africa as a soldier of the United States.
8th of November, 1942, off the coast of Morocco.
We were green as grass. Thought that just being on that ship.
Look at that little landing craft. It's been 4 hours since you loaded up. The men have long since given up being dry, let alone warm. Your platoon hunkers down in the grumbling belly of the landing boat. What a great expression. The grumbling belly. Audio might be a little bit loud, I'll rebalance it once we're in. Hi mama. Your platoon hunkers down in the grumbling belly of the landing boat, huddled together in the moonless dark. Sprays of ocean waves surge over the bow. The rumble of the engine pitches upwards. The boat enters yet another slow turn, and the agony of that delay spreads across the tense faces of your green troops. The Higgins... Oh, cool. The Higgins boats used in this invasion were mostly made of plywood and thus did not have the sturdiness of the latter steel models that made Allied victory in World War II possible. The hastily constructed wooden boats in which Pratt and the other cotton balers rowed provided no protection against bullets or shrapnel, nor did they have ramps. Jeez. A dim red light flickers. The coxswain, a young man in dark blue dungarees, leans forward at the control deck to inspect a fuel I always got to say gauge with a filtered flashlight. He taps the glass cover with a worried look on his face, then returns his attention to the dark seas. With both hands, he shifts the control wheel to keep the boat steady amid a flotilla of landing craft whose engines are far quieter than your own. Hey coxswain, do we have enough gas? Increase rapport with the coxswain. Lean back and let the coxswain do his work. Small rapport increase. Stay focused on my men. Our turn will come. Definitely. The coxswain stares over the top of your men and across the bow, intent on the seas ahead. Behind him lie the silhouettes of the invasion fleet, black against the starlit sky. White waves surge as other landing boats make a radical turn. Engines deepen their growl in the distance. The coxswain throttles up. Check in with my squad leaders. See if Private Roberts has held down his navy chow. Talk with Private Hancock. Morris and Patterson probably have a joke already. Check in with my squad leads. Crossley Corporal Novas. No, it depends if it's Nowoko. No, it has to be Novakovsky and Prieto of 2nd and 3rd platoons respectively. Likewise, tip their salt-crusted helms to show they're focused and ready. Oh man, so cool. Imagine a broadside seeing it like that. It's pretty incredible to see, isn't it? The HMS Belfast bombarding Normandy. Shit, that's cool. A rumble like a freight train passes overhead. A fountain of water bursts into the night sky. White flashes shatter the darkness of the shore. Shells scream overhead toward the transports you left behind. Private Roberts hastily recovers from puking over the side. Apparently his late breakfast didn't settle too well. Sergeant Grant leans over to the private and asks loudly above the din, "You all right, Roberts?" "How could I not be?" Private Roberts replies. He tries out a weak smile, clearly more for Grant's benefit than his own. "I'm off that rusty bathtub of a ship, and no one's shot me yet. This is about as good as it gets, Sarge." The man is certainly less than enthusiastic. Private Hancock edges to Robert's sides. "Come up front, the air's better there. Trust me." The engine sputters, dying down to a low rumble. You're turned to see the coxswain heaving the wheel of the helm with all his might, eyes wide in terror. You lurch to the side of the boat. You lurch to the side as the boat goes into a hard turn away from shore. Sergeant Grant helps you stand up. "What the hell is that swabby doing?" Grant asks as the boat keeps turning. "We're pathfinders, not reinforcements. Battalion is counting on us to guide them in." Shove the coxswain from the helm. Take command. Brandish my carbine at the Navy man. Trust the coxswain to not screw up. We need to. We're doing our job. The coxswain reaches for the throttle and the engine roars back to life. He jerks the wheel over. Something dark beneath the water flashes past on either side. Ahead, another boat capsizes, spilling its human cargo into the sea. You hear Captain Lamb shout out above the din of as your boat zips past. The coxswain slows the engine, turns the wheel hard once, twice, and then throttles up once more. A sonorous vibration ripples through the wood beneath your feet. Close one? What the hell was that? Let him drive, or pilot, or whatever it is. I think we want to know what's going on. "A reef, not on the maps," the coxswain says tersely. Tearsely? Never taking his gaze from his task. Madre de Dio? Madre de Dio, I am glad it has passed. The vibration slowly fades away. He takes a deep breath, clears his throat, and at last looks to you. 100 yards from landing, Lieutenant. What once seemed like a pale line on the horizon is now a vast expanse of starlit sand. We'll be exposed until we reach the dunes. We must move fast, move and land. Countless drills were for this moment. Trust our drills. The hull shudders beneath you. The coxswain throttles back the engines, and in the quiet afterwards he yells, "Debark now." "I see sand," Private Hancock yells from the bow, and then leaps over the side. US troops made complete success of landing anti-tank batteries on our equipment on French-Moroccan beaches. That's a real image. Go, 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 vault over the bow, lead them over the side. Vault, nah, go, go, go. Your men pour over the side, splashing onto frothing water. After a moment, you follow. Here we are. Okay, so this is going to get pretty real compared to last time. The hand holding is going to be greatly reduced, and we are now on enemy soil, basically. Getting ashore is the only beginning, particular for taken from the Algiers. For those lucky soldiers, there was no shooting as the French did not fire. For the cotton balers and Red Beach, it was a different reception. The moment you drop into the surf, the chill of the ocean numbs your toes. The awful stink of gasoline thickens the air as you struggle onto the sand. All around lie wrecked boats and sprawled men. This is one big snafu. Patterson grouses as he crawls forward, belly against the sand. Half the French army's shooting at me. "Gee," Morris replies as he hugs the beach. "Just a few feet away. Maybe they've tried. Maybe they're tired of your flapping gums already." For half an hour these scenes repeated themselves. Boats approach the coast and the vast majority smashed out of control into rocks or reefs. Soldiers have to dive underwater to save valuable weapons like 30 caliber machine guns. Oof. You blink aside the sting of salt spray and spy a huddle of men just a few yards off. Sergeant Grant is among them, his features etched by flashes of distant gunfire. "Lieutenant," Sergeant Grant calls to you. "First and second squads are here, but third squad scattered itself good. Can't even find Roberts. 20 odd men from your platoon, a bare 2 squads of queasy salt splash soldiers. Not enough." Like Patterson said, snafu. Situation normal, Alpha. Corporal Crosley passes his bar to his assistant and recovers a 30 cal that dangles over the side of a wrecked boat. Adopting it into his own personal arsenal of democracy. Just like that, you've got machine gun support. Ocean waves crash in, drenching your men afresh. You have to get them moving. Off the beach. Third squad, first platoon rally on me. Shout a prepared surrender demand to the French. Sacre bleu. Bass, how are you? I am going to get off the beach. Lieutenant Colonel Roy Moore, commander of the 1st Battalion of the 7th Infantry. Real picture. You lead the way forward, your men follow in loose columns, spreading out as they go. As boots crunch dry sand, the silhouette of an American helmet emerges ahead. In the flare of distant guns, you see upon it the silver oak leaves of a lieutenant colonel. Lieutenant, the Lieutenant Colonel barks as he waves you and your men over to his position behind a swell of sand. Not saluting because we've already had a shout for that. Colonel, sir? That I am, Lieutenant Colonel Moore replies evenly as a salvo of shells scream overhead. I don't recognise you, son. Who are you with? I would definitely reply sarcastically and then probably apologise. The metallic rattle of the machine gun fills the air once more. A panicked scream rises high and raw before being cut short. I'm with Nickel Company. Oh, I'm with you, sir. We're the Pathfinders for the 3rd Battalion, 1st Platoon Nickel Company. I think we're going to go direct. No point dicking about when you're on a beach like this. Bass, we're good. Getting into the nitty gritty of this game after fumbling around in the dark last time. I know the rundown, Lieutenant Colonel Moore. I'm just going to say Moore replies sharply. You may be with the 3rd, but right now you're working for me. Understood? I think yes, sir. Excellent, Lieutenant Moore replies. Right now I need you to lead these men forward as if I were dangling Captain Bars in front of you. Afterward, if you... It was a hell of an invasion. A first for the American Army in Europe. Image depicts a Fadala beach. That's credit to the USS Tasker H. Bliss. Look at the beach, man. It's absolute carnage. Jesus. The crack of machine gun fire drowns out whatever the Colonel was going to say next. He stabs a finger toward the flashes on a rise that overlooks the beach. Go get that son of a bitch before he stitches up any more of my men. That is definitely an order. So the mission, take the machine gun. The men suffer no more than light casualties. Well, I guess we're doing this then. Terrible terrain here. And I've got a Vichy cavalry squad there. There's definitely someone up there. Right. What are we doing? With no fire support. Do we have mortars? We do not have mortars. So where can you see? You can see a lot of places. And I'm going to guess there's more enemies there. So I think we want to move low ground, right? I think. Right. So you can move to there for free. I think we'll do that. And then there we're going to get morale checked. Not there though. Not there. Right, so they're firing at the landing craft. You've now moved up, you're fine. We move that way, you're getting morale checked. 30 cal, can you fire from here? You can. I think we'll open up and just start trying to suppress them. They're surprised. They're hunkering down, good. Right, we've done some morale damage, good. I think we need to keep our account open them and try and keep them suppressed. I guess they could fire again, which I don't think's a bad thing here. Remember, units going to be suppressed so much, shooting them again and again only burns orders. I'm fine with hitting them twice, that's perfectly okay with me. And then I think what we'll do is... So they're now suppressed. So we can move a lot further up now. Or we could anyway, without a morale check. So we could move out the Colonel, but I think I'll keep him there. You lads could move to here, I guess. And then we're sort of like down in the... Assume if we move here we're going to be fired upon. Here we're sort of down in the low ground a bit. Now you guys, we could move up. And it's saying we've got half cover here. So I think we should probably do that. And then I'm going to recon here. I assume there's going to be enemies up here. Yeah, there they are. Right, that's the machine gun emplacement. We've spotted them, which is good. You guys can't move or do anything, can you? We could move the Colonel, but I don't think I will. Unless we press them and give them another order. And maybe we fight, yeah. That's both of them fired it and semi-damaged. So we've done a good bit of suppression here. Again, we've been trying to learn from our mistakes. I think we will... I'm not going to waste a bolster or anything now. He is going to move up and group up with these lads, I think. And we're risking exposed fire, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect us to be risking exposed fire here because we just cleared that and they're suppressed. So we're okay. Right, here we go. Take out the MG. We're trying our best. So they're already suppressed. You guys can move up, but what we're going to do is bolster these guys. see if we can move up even further. So, by the looks of it, we can get all the way to there without too much going on, unless there's an enemy hiding in this building. Distinct possibility. Gun there's firing at landing crafts.
Stick close.
There we go, right, okay. Now do we move up and get to this building? Because you guys can't see there. So do we move to here when we're behind it? That's a blind spot there. Right? Could get into the building, that's not a bad move. That's the colonel we've moved in on his own. But he's in very good cover. You could move up, but you're going to get morale checks. So I think we will just fire at the MG and keep that busy just now. And I think we're going to keep them there suppressing and then move up where we can. So you could technically do more. We could take command of you. I think I'm going to leave him where he is. I'm going to press them once more and we're going to fire at the other squad just to keep the suppression up. Yeah. Yeah, so they're both suppressed. I think we've just used all the orders there now, other than he technically has one. So we're gonna... They don't need to rally or anything. I kind of want to move them. Move them to there, they're going to have a much better firing position. So they are apparently risking exposed fire, which I'm fine with. Now they could recon fire. I am tempted to do that. I really want to keep this gun suppressed and down. So I'm going to keep firing at them even if it is overkill. I'm happy with that outcome. So they're really, like, really suppressed just now. I'm going to take command of you and even move you up just one if we can. Getting them closer is not a bad thing.
Already.
And then we can move them one more, but we're getting a morale check, which we don't want. So ending this. I think we're now at a point that we probably want to get them moved up. So we're going to move them into this building. We're then going to use our command to bolster the boys.
Come on.
And then we're going to charge them, I think, because they should be suppressed. But what we could do is use you lads to fire at them, right? And then we'll charge them. Hopefully I've not made a mistake there. A miscalculation. No, we're fine. Right. Let's try this. Let's go, boys. We need to remove them so we can actually make... Failed. Crap. Right, that's that then. I don't really want to think about too much, unless we just try again.
We're not done today.
So we can't charge them again, but we could shoot at them. Or we can move. I guess we're going to move, and then next turn we'll maybe look to push. Right, 30 cal, we are... You're here. So, do we bolster and move? I think we may bolster and move. They're bolstered. We could get all the way up to being right in front of them. Oh, I just moved the lieutenant on his own. That's a definitive mistake I've just made. Like, massive mistake. So, he's getting moved back, which is the most stupid thing I've done. I mean, he's shown his, he's definitely shown his competence as a runner. That's for sure. He has just used all of his points. That one's on me. Right, we're going to 30 cal and keep these guys suppressed, because next turn we're going to have to push them. So they should still be very suppressed here, which isn't a bad thing. They could fire... Oh no. They could fire again, so I'm going to fire one at each of them. Keep them suppressed, and hopefully next turn we can make our move. Right, done. Let's see. Right, now you are going to move to here. I think what we want to do is this, right? Unit firepower. Yep, let's do that. We're going to bolster them, and then we're going to grab you lads, right? You lads. We're going to bayonet, and then in we go. Come on, boys.
It's up to us!
Let's go, lads. No resistance. Excellent. Right. They've surrendered, so we're right in their face now. Good. Now, can we go again after a bit of firing? 30 cal cannot fire here. We've got one more attempt. I'm going to try this. We're going to try this. Yes! With a primal cry, you and your men rush toward the enemy. Rifle fire flashes in the dark. The sputter of their machine gun abruptly ceases with a telltale clank. Jammed. Victory can be tiring, but less so than defeat. This particular image shows soldiers resting after landing operation at Fadala during Operation Torch, as General quoted. Pretty cool. As you crest the firing pit, you find yourself face to face with a pair of French soldiers beside their machine gun, one dark and one pale. The nearest man bangs hastily on the receiver with a hammer while the other strains to shift the struck bolt. Your squad falls upon them, shooting, kicking and screaming. One of them manages a last scream. The other goes down right after. The gun pit is captured. 4 trust gained. Major victory, minor victory. Surprised that was only minor. No one out of action, sir. Excellent. That was a nice
Off Casablanca stood the convoy from America. To the troops aboard spoke their commander, General Patton.
Soldiers and sailors, it is not known whether the French African army will contest our landing. But all resistance, by whomever offered, must be destroyed. However, when any of the French soldiers seek to surrender, you will accept it and treat them with the respect due a brave opponent and future ally. Remember, the French are not Nazis or Japs.
Well, there we go. A video. Oh, that was the video we just watched, I imagine. That's so cool, man. I honestly love the seamless flash of distant shells. Boat after boat crashes onto the shore. Mission, minor victory. Objective seized after turn 3. It took too long. Major okay. So I had a mixed bag there. The men stagger and collapse with relief near the broken, empty machine gun. Cigarettes are lit by shaking hands. Sergeant Grant immediately shouts at them to snuff the flame. The order pickets set to warn against any counterattack, while Grant supervises an inspection of salt-encrusted equipment and plenty of minor wounds. In the distance, artillery continues to thunder, both incoming and outgoing. The war continues, but right here, right now, you have won your first victory. Sure have. Where the hell is Roberts anyway? Private Patterson asked between shaky drags on a smouldering cigarette. You're about to enter a crucible mindsets chart. Your development as a leader. You may add additional mindsets as your perspective on how to accomplish tasks increases. Mindsets also influence gameplay both on and off the battlefield. A crucible occurs whenever a traumatic event unfolds and represents the internal struggle soldiers undertake in order to come to grips with the impact of war. There is no single answer to this riddle. Choose thoughtfully. This is what I've been really looking forward to. Look at the damage, man. Smoke drifts past and brings the scent of burnt cordite. The enemy's rough gun pit is littered with the detritus of battle. I think that's what that word is. Spent casings, discarded clips, and a crumpled figure in olive drab at the edge. A low moan rises up as you and Sergeant Grant hurry over the fallen soldier. This isn't going to be good news. A flash of distant artillery strips away the darkness to reveal an American private. Splinters of his shattered rifle beside him. From the look of it, he's been here longer than your platoon. He clutches at his chest, blood seeping beneath his fingers. Oh God, the wounded soldier wheezes out plaintively, gulping down a ragged breath. Sergeant, look after him, see what we can do. Risk my mind to try and find a medic. The less involved I am with this, the better. Fuck. What are you guys thinking here? It's the top 3, I'm not going number 4, there's no way. I'm basically trying to play this as if it's me and it's my personality. That's how I'm playing this here. So if we've just had a victory and we come across one of our wounded own, I think I'd be definitely looking to help him. So I'm going with the top 3, I think. The question is, do I want to risk my men for this? That's what I'm not sure of. I think I'm going to risk our men. You send your runners out to locate a medic, but their voices are swiftly lost in the rhythm of the pounding waves and the sounds of distant battle. Sergeant Grant tries bellowing your words louder, but not loud enough. The wounded soldier's eyes shift toward you. LT? His voice is wet and croaking, but it's one you've heard many times before. Hancock, Grant blurts out. You blink hard beneath the blood and sand. It is Hancock. The landing's been opposed by Germans. Part of the exterior would never have gotten ashore. Don't move, Hancock. Where are you at? Send more warning. Send more men. We know him. You send out another batch of runners. Grant ceases to lend his voice to theirs and kneels beside Hancock, his boots shifting beneath the sand. Sergeant Grant shifts Hancock's bloody dog tags aside and applies pressure. Private Hancock shudders. His clammy skin is deathly pale. So cold, he says in a whisper. He tugs out a slender book from a pocket, the pages damp with salt. How bad? Sergeant Grant shakes his head as the private's blood seeps between his fingers. It could be worse. Good, Hancock says ever so softly. His hand falters, the book falls onto the sand. Stay with us. Hancock convulses. His breathing rises in gasps and falls in weak, limp coughs. Then it stops. The men watch from cover as Sergeant Grant reaches out and lifts the thin paper back from where it fell atop the sand. The red badge of courage. Grant reads softly from the tattered cover as a star shell arcs overhead and casts a pale yellow glow above. He then tries to figure out how to tuck it back into the deceased's pocket without forcing the issue. My father gave me a copy before I joined up. Guess I wasn't the only one. Martin, pretty good, mate. Kind of into the nitty gritty of this, and it's going to be an emotional playthrough, I think. The Kirbyville High School football team, image courtesy of Jill Carlson from the collection of... Oh, God. A bookmark falls from the pages, a black and white photograph of a high school football team with a dozen young men looking toward the camera with conviction. Hancock is one... This is so well done. Combat fatigue plus 20, realism plus 1, trust minus 2. There's return all without a medic. It seems that everyone is trying to make sense of all what that may mean for them. Grant's hands shake as he passes over one of the dog tags. The other he returns to the body. Your fingers brush aside sand and grit as you grasp the metal square. The edge is sticky with blood. The army summary of Hancock's life lies in your hand, along with the name of his next of kin, Helen Hancock. 107N 27th Street, Lincoln, Nebraska. Can't be that fiancée he liked talking about, but she'll find it eventually. Hancock died like a hero. You can ask nothing more of such a man except perhaps that he should have been lucky enough to live through the war. Oh shit, we should have better coordinated our attack. Doctrine mindset. Oh god. Idealism mindset. I need to write this, folks. He had the right idea, I'll remember him. And this. He fought. The only way was forward. Graves registration will be informed I have a war to fight. I think we're going to go for zeal. I think it's zeal for me. Mama, appreciate the double view. And Martin, what's been going on with your good self, my friend? You stare at Hancock's pale features, the broken rifle, all of it. You burn the memory into your mind deep enough so that it will last forever. Zeal advances. Nearby, the men of First Squad crouch in the dark as artillery thunders in the distance. They too are thinking about Hancock. They too are trying to figure it out. Hell of a thing, Sergeant Grant says softly. It hits you. It hits hard, you know. And the younger guys will take it even harder. Tell me about you. Oh no, can I go back? Accidentally clicked. Every time a unit takes, or to a lesser extent inflicts casualties, they gain combat fatigue. They may also gain it when they are heavily suppressed by the enemy. Combat fatigue persists from scenario to scenario, and the more it has, the greater the chance it will acquire a point of stress that will lower the effective morale of a unit. Time away from combat helps the most. Good leadership will keep the men together. So you may have a chance to lower the combat fatigue, but you will never eliminate it completely. You want to keep the men focused. So basically you want to attach them. You want to attach the men. First fatigue will be unmanageable. Combat fatigue veterans less so. Okay. A deep voice abruptly bellows from the dark. "Hold your fire, officer coming through." You turn to see Captain Lamb striding towards you, silhouetted against the dark by flashes of artillery fire. Walking before him is a wet, sand-covered and utterly weaponless Private Roberts. The enlisted man's eyes are wide and fearful as the captain prods him forward. "I believe this is one of yours," Captain Lamb asks you. "Yes, sir, he's Roberts. He's part of our platoon." "I'm tempted to ask if you need him back," Captain Lamb says. "All my runners went in the drink when we hit a reef and I haven't seen one of them yet." He may have lost his weapon, but he's here. Rather, he drove a truck. I mean, just look at him. He may have lost his weapon, but he's here. Yeah. A little bit of banter, a little bit of, like, jest. "True, but not convincing," Captain Lamb notes. Roberts gives a little gulp and the captain fixes him with a weighty gaze of a disappointed father. "I want to hear what he's got to say for himself." Sergeant Grant cocks a sceptical glance at the bedraggled private. Nearby, Morris and Patterson lean in to listen. On the beach, a new line of Higgins boats slowly gropes its way towards shore. The place where Hancock's body lies, Robert's friend, is just a feel. Oh man. Roberts, Hancock just died trying to make this position. Roberts, you should know that Hancock died. Focus on Lamb's question. I think I want to let him know that he died, not like he died here. All squad gained. Oh, Private Roberts stares at you, eyes blinking in the grey dawn light. He looks to Sergeant Grant. Grant tenders over a small shake of his head. Roberts shoots a glance at Morris and Patterson, but there's nothing funny to be said. At last, Roberts turns back to you. Something shifts behind his eyes as he stuffs down a rising anger at the loss of his friend. "I understand. Thanks for telling me." Grief does strange things to men. "Sure, other men, Lieutenant," Roberts replies, "like the ones that I'm going to go after." Oh, shit. These decisions are going to absolutely... Yeah, Captain Roberts shouldn't be here. "If we weren't short on riflemen, I'd take him as an orderly for the duration," Captain Lamb indicates, "but we need Roberts in the firing line." Private Roberts falls in with the platoon. Patterson finds him a rifle. Morris passes over a clip and Roberts racks in a round. Lieutenant Colonel Moore approaches, kicking up sand as he goes. He heads right for Captain Lamb. "Captain, I require this platoon." Cutting off Lamb's startled reply, he turns to you. "Lieutenant, I know you'll be wanting to catch your breath, but I need you and your men back on your feet. You've got one of the few units on this beach that's made it ashore intact. You must have had one hell of a coxswain, and let me tell you, I want him promoted." He glances over his shoulder at the dark beach where the next wave is navigating the approach. Robert struggles to locate his flashlight, no doubt to examine his new rifle, but Morris smacks that out of his hand before the other private can flick it on. "Now, when I gave you the order to fight, you did just that," Lieutenant Colonel notes, having thankfully missed a little exchange between privates. "And you got things done in a trice." I need that now. I feel like trice is quite an American word. I can't say I've heard that in real life, really. There's a group of German officers, old nags from the last war, that they've put back into harness on an armistice commission that bullies the French around. Secure them from the Hotel Miramar in Fadala before they can run off into the desert on us. You've got to move quick. Company A will be there to hold your hand when the French finally wake up. Understood? Yes, sir. I'm not going to salute. We've been told not to. Good. Get going. A crack of wood heralds yet another boat breaching upon a reef. The Colonel Moore notions for Lamb to follow as he stalks away, yelling and cursing at the waterlogged arrivals. Captain Lamb catches your eye. "You know what to do," Captain Lamb calls out over the din. "The rest of the Nickel Company will be along." Then he turns and follows the Lieutenant Colonel back toward the chaos. That must have been exhausting. Well, you think you've got success, and then here we are. Wow, actual copy of it. Restricted Operation Torch. Wow. Lieutenant Colonel A. O'Connor. That masses of wiring. Wow. Headquarters 7th Infantry. Plan of the plan of action. Well, that went tits up, didn't it? Special instructions for Battalion 1. Beach and surf conditions. Beach, red, rye, limousine. Okay. Right. Aid your men. So, how are we doing? I don't think anyone's like particularly cream cracked. Stern here, Dearborn, Wilson, and unnamed. You can't change that, I take it, no? Or is that us? So I guess that's meant to be us. Got decent loyalty and prestige. We don't have any replacements. So first squad. Let's up their experience. I think I want to get as many of these lads to 2 stars as we can. And I might just start at the top and work our way down. That'll do for now, I think. Done. Okay, well, that was successful. We've done a little bit of toying around. Let's go. Here we go. Hotel Miramar. November 1942. Wow, that is a big map. Here we go.
It was nothing compared to once we got into combat.
Pre-dawn Morocco.
Now the plan was to improvise.
The shifting sand beneath your boots gives way to hard stone as you lead your men away from the beachhead. The town of Fadala is supposed to be close, but there is no sign of it. 100 yards down the beach you spot a narrow road that slices straight through the scraggles of trees and brush. A stiff breeze drives a chill through your still damp uniform, but that wind also sends the charnel stink of the beach, of blood and exhaust, your way. On the side of the road the men eagerly take a short break, several gathered around a signpost as one of the bolder men poses beneath. You know, this is still better than being aboard the Bliss, Private Patterson mutters while pondering the sign. I was thinking that from the moment we hit the beach, Private Morris says. Remember back in North Carolina when we stuffed that yapping? Sergeant Grant hisses at the two of them before things get any louder. It's no ordinary recon mission. The platoon hustles down the road toward your objective, the town of Fadala. Or Fadela? I'm not sure which. The desolation gives way to a sprinkling of dark buildings as the grey sky brightens. The town resolves into sharp, delineated streets cultivated from the surrounding desert. There are over 2,000 Vichy soldiers in the garrison, but the men don't know that. Oh. Negative events will have increased impact. Combat fatigue plus 10, negative events will occur. I will tell them the odds roughly. First team will gain a lot of suppression. Negative events will have less impact. Negative events will be negated. I think we'll tell them the odds roughly. The rough odds. I know, Chris. You're reminded that the French are closer in garrison numbers. A muttering that follows tells you what they think of that. You give the order. First squad hustles past a squat little building. Harsh white light spills across them as the door opens. A burly figure is silhouetted. Something large is carried over one shoulder. Private Roberts turns reflexively towards the figure. His borrowed rifle raises in glare. Shoot. Roberts stand down. It's Roberts' call. I think we'd say stand down because we also don't want to alert them. First platoon gains. Okay. Robert shakily safeties his weapon. Across the way, the lone figure gives a hesitant but friendly wave despite his burden. Bonjour, monsieur. A wary voice calls out in a thick accent. Is that French? Robert asks, no one in particular and everyone in principle. It sounds like French. Bad French is still French. Ah, hello, the French-speaking figure calls out, this time in a faintly British accent. The man sets down a meaty burden upon a narrow wooden table outside the building. A boy trots around the corner with a cleaver, but the older man shoos him out of sight and then turns back to you. Welcome to my shop, soldier. It would be very good to take your custom if you like. Meat this morning, very fresh. It's quite an accent. It sounds like you speak English, but I can't. Ah, you're American. Cousin to British. Cousins can be different in their honour. The man suggests he turns up a covered lamp to shine discreetly upon saw the butcher and thought lamb. Discreetly upon his own features. Olive skinned but with a bright white smile, he positively beams toward you, but there's a tension in him as worry lines gather about his eyes. That is my thought. I am Abdullah Daoud, your good neighbour. The breeze shifts, the smell of blood and foulness comes with it. Far worse than the beach, it is almost overwhelming. A soft buzz of flies surrounds the haunch of butchered meat. Yeah, well, I want to know about the garrison. Vichy, Abdallah says, and nearly scratches his head nervously before he remembers where his fingers have been. If you mean the French, then yes, I know. Gumiers many, headed to beach on camels. His hand idly pats the bloodied meat, idly disturbing a fluster of flies. You can't help but note that he didn't answer the question. But of course, Abdallah exclaims, everyone knows it. Lovely doors. They're French. There are soldiers, yes, Abdallah says. He licks his lips worriedly, but I could not say more. Oh no, not Fadala, Abdallah says quickly. Big garages in Casablanca, except Germans have one at the Hotel Miramar. I've seen it with my own eyes. It is a beast that spews oil and whines like a sick goat. I'm not sure, Mama, but he's a very chiselled chap. Abdallah Daoud's a fictional man based on a real person, a Moroccan butcher who interacted with soldiers of the 3rd Division immediately after the invasion. It's based on it, that's so cool. Are the Germans still at the hotel? They were drinking outside last night, Abdallah relates, but French are near Hotel 20 with rifles. You demand this, Abdallah replies flatly. His eyes twitch with a nervous tick. But I am a good neighbour, I do no harm to others. Then I will help you, Abdallah says. He draws in a steadying breath. Boulevard de Fez will take you past many barracks, but I have not heard their alarm yet. They might still sleep, and you might pass them as a shadow amidst the night. He offers you a respectful little bow and returns to his bloody work. You return to your men. An Arab civilian who tumbled down a hillside with his robes. Oh dear. An urgent tramp of boots rises from behind you. The rattle of war gear is unmistakable. Men moving fast, soldiers silhouetted against the lightning sky. The figure at the head of them gestures, and those to either side of him take cover in pairs. Closest to him, Roberts turns and stares. I'm an American, he feels depute. The figure growls out, his carbine pointed squarely at the ground as he approaches Roberts. He smacks the private's unfired weapon aside as he stalks past. Aren't you supposed to challenge, Private? Roberts stammers out a lot of nothing. The men look your way and wait for the word with rifles ready. Do you want to be shot? Sign in. Do you want to be shot? Nope, and neither do you. The approaching figure calls back. Let's not plug each other until we get this all figured out. An American helmet is thrust up to catch the dawn light. Your men lower their weapons and the other side does the same. A shock of familiarity hits you as their leader draws near. Oh, it's you, Lieutenant Wilson remarks. Hey. A patch of the salt has dried in his greying hair and his breath is a little short, but he doesn't seem the least bit surprised by any of this. He sets his helmet back atop his head as if it's always been there. But give me the proper... yeah. We'll start using it after dawn. Right now things are too shit-handed for anything but straight English to work, Lieutenant Wilson explains. Besides, even the thickest poilu... Someone take a shot at you. A couple of them, and not all were French, Lieutenant Wilson says.
Well, hello there.
Kukumba!
Flash.
Ah! Kukumba, thank you for 55 months. Welcome in, my man. And Kukumba, I think this is a game you might like if you're not aware of it. Very gritty and immersive now. It has really sort of stepped up from the first stream. But welcome back, mate, and we'll hopefully catch you on the next one. Oh, I'm not finishing stream. We'll hopefully catch up with what's been going on. When the time comes to listen, remember that the sign is George and the countersign is Patton. George Patton. George Patton. Stupid choice of words. I'd even pick it. I hear there's a war on. What was the countersign anyway? It was just a letter S, Lieutenant. Wilson answers as he rolls his eyes. Anyway, they sent me to lend a hand, so what's your plan? To reach the hotel. Yep. Catch any Germans there. The ones from the Armistice Commission. Officers and orderlies, Lieutenant Wilson remarks. Let's take a look at the map. Wow. That's some aerial recon. Wilson retrieves a striking aerial photograph from a pocket. This is better than any scribbling with a pen and is usually part of a battalion briefing. One corner of the photo is torn, right where the word restricted might be stamped in red. Well. Flash, thunder. Oh, right. I'd argue with you that I potentially did the right thing there. Do you think the French will fight? Are the French braced yet? We'll see pretty soon, Lieutenant Wilson says, and idly flicks away a bit of salt from the map as it rolls in the dawn light. When Sergeant Grant leans in to take a closer look, Wilson readily makes room. As I see it, we should go beachside. I figure they'll figure that the invasion hour has passed and they'll lay up on the roads. Yeah. I'm not saying we'll get our choice of Calico, but if we go all out through the town and the Frenchies get wise, we could be in for it. And swinging south is a toss-up. Damn. That is a decision to be made here, isn't there? I do not fancy going through this. I think it's probably beach for me. Before we go any further, we've seen Lamb. Last I saw, he was getting half the company out of the drink, himself included, Wilson says. Stern's boat got flipped and they had to dive to get the big stuff out. Way I figure everyone downed a lot of... Yeah. How much do you trust? That depends, Lieutenant Wilson considers. Around here, plenty of people don't like the French. Some of the locals might side with them, though, especially if they're getting rich or getting protection. But like all people, if you look to be winning, they'll cheer you on. Do you know? And I'm going to ask him. Name sounds familiar, Lieutenant Wilson replies and gives a shrug. Common enough around here, but yeah, come to think of it, there's an Abdallah dude on a council of some kind. Always tried to be everyone's friend. Got me a cold beer one time, even though he'd never touch a drop. Joked that I should drink it for the both of us. What if I go south? Further inland. The enemy has to be doing more than brewing coffee over there, Wilson says. Got to be better ways to make the approach. Let's talk this over quickly. The French are getting organised right now. There's no way they could miss the light show and beach part, Wilson says. Sounding for a moment like the sergeant he once was. The safe play is the north flank. Right, I'm gonna lean into his experience and trust him. And kick them in the teeth, Wilson replies with a grin as he folds up the map. I'll get my boys set up. The platoon's organised rapidly for a march. I might be in command, but I'll follow his lead. You may occasionally gain morale and a little XP. Wilson may occasionally suffer a little suppression. Only success really matters. Time to learn the trade. He'll look after his platoon, same as me. Yeah, time to learn the trade. I appreciate that, Kakumba, and I hope you're well, man. Right, we're heading out. So we are now going north, I believe, and there's the hotel. My God, there's a huge map. Crossroads building. So what's the victory? Current major feat. Capture at least 0, capture at least 1 objective. Okay. Right, so here we go. Now, you, my friend, we can move up, but we don't want to be like kind of too ballsy here. So I'm going to bolster these guys and we're going to move as far as we can. Now we're going to go beach, right? So let's just go.
Stick close. Anyone got coffee?
Oh, shit. Okay. Recon by fire. We can't fire them. They can't see here. We go in here, we can move up and they can't see us. So we know that in this position there's an enemy. Okay. You lads can move up here and I guess we'll prepare to get ourselves in a better position. The girl of Fadela. A young girl not much taller than your knee peers out of a nearby window. She smiles at you, then her big sister pulls her away. Oh man. So I guess we're going to try and move as many lads up through the brush as we can. So you're spent. I think we're now ending you. And we're moving these lads. So the 30 cal is who I really do want to move. But we're going to move you this way. So we are going to bolster yourself.
Cotton balers,
you lads
don't
are
let
going to
me
go this
down.
way. Because we're not moving this way. We're going to move
Let's
like
go.
beach and here together. Right. And you're going to move to probably here. And then is that you done, I guess? Flashes of distant naval gunfire had given rise to false thunder beyond the beach. Consult my map. In case your map of the Allied lands reveals that routes of the Michelin on the Michelin map with Hotel Miramar to the west. Okay. I'd like to get the 30 cows not moved up, and I think the plan here is genuinely just move up as far as I can. Right, they're moved. You lads can also move. I think we want everyone sort of relatively close together. The question here is, do I move them to here or nah? I'm gonna be a bit more ballsy because we do need to get eyes on the enemy. They're not shown yet. You guys can't do anything yet, can you? Oh no, you can move up. I guess we need to kind of move up here and get eyes here. If we go there. There we go. Oh shit, there's enemies there. And they've run out of... Okay. Hopefully don't fire at us because it's fairly point blank. If we bolster, then move to here,
we've almost finished the job.
Right.
A lot of memories here.
I'd like to fire at them now. We can't. So they can see there. I might move to this building, and then we should have good cover, right? Oh shit, there are enemies there. A pack of dogs races down the empty streets. Their nails go click clack incessantly in stone. After they disappear, their howls fill the air. Okay, there's a lot of enemies here. But our general hope was that they don't have much morale and not much stomach for the fight. The distant gunfire continues. Consult my map again. Well, we're going central, which isn't what we wanted to do. Starting to wonder if we could pull back and go like flank around, but I'm honestly debating just attacking them. I do want to play cautiously and not like YOLO this. Move you to here, you're still going to be in cover. I don't really want to open fire too prematurely here. So I don't think they've seen us yet. I don't think they've seen us. Let's move. Can you see that far? You can see that far. We could move you to there. And then the hope would be that if you're in there, French prepared sandbags and rifle pits to cover both the road and the beach, but there are no soldiers here to man these works, not yet. Right, so you're in a good position. I think you could technically block line of sight. So we're in a good defensive position there, but that's about as much could be said. And I would like to get them moved up, but it doesn't really seem to be an option till we'll finish with these chaps. Now the second we fire at them, they're all going to be involved. Could move them up. Let's move you lads instead. Can move them to there. Right, you've got one more move left. It's probably I'd rather start this fight on like an end turn. I'm gonna move you to I think here and join them, and we'll end turn. So similarly, I think these guys we want to get them forward because they're so far behind. And these guys, as much as I want to move this squad all the way and get them up, I'd rather take our time here and move them both. Their morale's actually going up. Right. So we've got some reserves here that could swing around and probably make a move / make a call if we had to. They have line of sight all the way up there, so we really want to engage them before we make a decision really. So you lads can see here, but we're obviously still hidden. You lads can see here. So we probably want to engage them. Let's see. I think we're actually in the turn, aren't we? The scent of fresh baked bread rises from somewhere close and just out of sight. Consult my map again. Right. I think it's time possibly here to just engage this MG. So if we move you to, where can you see? We're going to be firing here. Let's open fire from where we are. They've fired. Let's move you up. We are risking exposed fire, but here the plan is blah blah blah. Like so. If we can suppress this MG, it's going to be pretty big for moving forward. How suppressed are they? We don't really know. You're done. Lieutenant here could technically move. Could creep them forward. Let's say you've got one left. So what I'm going to do is use that. Use the ability of the baseless the max once more. We're going to fire at this MG again in the hope that it's fully suppressed, and then we'll probably push it next turn. The problem I think we might have now is that they're probably going to fire at us. Or not yet. Now you're here. This is where we need to be careful. Do we fire at them all? Or do we... I'm unnoticed here. I'm unnoticed. I think once we charge them we're going to be in trouble, aren't we? Now they're suppressed, so can we move you guys? Oh, this will be a morale check. Let's move here. And then we'll move here. That's fine. You lads are going to go here. Well, we've ended up going straight through the middle, which wasn't really the plan, was it? You can't fire at anyone. You're still leading. Are we going to open fire here? I guess we are, right? Let's go.
Oubliez Casablanca. Nous devons rester ici.
Le français. Okay. Well, they're probably about to return fire at us. The sun is coming up. Keep moving. Yep. We are going to bolster you guys, and I think we're going to try and take this gun emplacement here.
You got gum on your boots? Get going!
We're going to do bayonet, and we're going in, boys. Let's go, lads.
I'd kill for a cup of joe.
Charge!
Excellent. They have surrendered, which is massive news. So that's our first objective sort of done. Now you guys can also fire. I am going to fire at this MG. We're going to keep them suppressed if we can here. Good here, we're in a good position. We've suppressed them, we just need to continue the suppression and pressure here. So, you're spent. I think we're ending you now. I was about to say the French are going to get to act now, which is going to be rough.
La France est de notre côté.
Right, back to you, my friend. You are going to have to keep suppressed here, aren't you? We can't fire them because we can't see them, so we're going to keep suppressing here. And then we're going to have to move this squad up and make the move there, but they've probably then got line of sight on us, I would guess. So you guys are there. You can't fire at them, can you? So we could move you lads up. I'm going to move them here to the trees and in cover. And maybe into this building. Could we bayonet them? No, they're just that little bit too far. We get in the building. They're in a good spot. Can't move anyone else, so we're ending turn. I keep waiting for the French firing. Oh no, here we go. There's a commander now moved up, and he's popping rallies and whatnot. Daylight creeps in, the city wakens. Keep moving. Right, we're continuing then. So I think here we're gonna bolster and we're gonna try and get in this building with him in command. That way we're right next to the enemy.
No speeches today. Get this done.
We are risking exposed fire, but we should be okay here. Oh no. Shit.
Bordel de merde.
We're undaunted, so that's not a bad thing, which means we should get in this building, right? There we go, right, we're in the building. That's good.
Move, move, move.
Now, how suppressed are you guys? If we bayonet you, how's it looking? It's not great. So really what I'd like to do is get one of these squads to fire at them, but it's not really an option. So recon fire at them. They're firing at us as well.
Open fire!
Now the plan and the hope here is that they are suppressed enough that we can now charge them. But I would be almost willing to bet that won't be the case. And they're bringing reinforcements, which is going to be rough. So ideally you guys would move up here and then try and take them out of the game. It's given us a very good win chance. So I wonder if we just do that to try and remove them. So if we move you to here, you're obviously getting a morale check. I think we're going to do that and try and get rid of them. Come on, boys.
Come on.
Grab your boondockers and let's go.
Yes, good. Right, 2 squads down. Oh, 3 down now, actually, including that one, I think. No, 2. I can't remember. A dog howls tentatively in the distance. Others answer. Right, 2 of them down. There's more reinforcements coming, but we're in a pretty good position here. No one else able to do anything. The question is, are they going to actually start firing at us extensively? You can clearly see Major Victor will be locked out in 2 turns. Yeah, I don't think we need the map anymore. We definitely don't need the map anymore. I think here we're going to push. You lads are... You're going to bayonet them, try and get rid of them. If we open up that, we can probably make a more concise push to along the beach. Your men stormed the enemy position. The French machine gunners had themselves a nice little place, and they were expecting friends judging from the spare gun and ammo boxes. Detail to you, yeah. Absolutely, yes. We're getting a new machine gun ready. They've surrendered, excellent. Good. Right, you guys have a massive line of sight here, unfortunately, and they're dug in around that. Now, you lads could technically move across, but I think we're going to leave you. Can you fire from there? No. They can fire at us, though, which is unfortunate. So, you guys can lead. How does this look? You're too far away, but we could move you across one, which I'm going to do. Now, they're op firing us. We're at point blank range. We'll see how this goes. They failed. Now, if we bayonet, I think we're going to get this. Ah, shit. Okay. Could try again. I think we need to try again. Right. Yes, right, good. Right, their front line's now completely surrendered. So my plan here is going to be that these guys are going to funnel there. Old man from Morocco. Rocks absently in a chair outside the entrance to a home. A trickle of smoke rises leisurely from his pipe as he hurries past. Truly, he's enjoying the quiet of the coming day. The quiet of the coming day. You heard that? Right, these guys are actually doing alright. We're going to move up some of the reinforcements that are sort of further behind here if we can. I'd really like to get this MG forward, but here we are. You lads are done, I guess. We'll get them to rest. They've done quite a bit, actually, I guess. Right. Enemy are doing stuff, I guess. Okay. I think we're still ending, right? Yeah. A messenger arrives breathlessly. Lieutenant Wilson says the French are forming up to the south. How many? A platoon, maybe more, the messenger says. Had to happen eventually, Sergeant Grant says. They can't sleep in forever. Not in any army. Should we send out scouts or keep moving before some French lieutenant tries to earn his spurs? The hotel matters most. The mission is hotel, yeah, right. We're going to have to start pushing here, I imagine. So, we've got our 30 cal. Can't fire at them. If we move you to here, I'm hoping you're able to see. So why can't you fire? You can fire, good. I'm happy to leave this machine gun here and just suppress. It's perfect. You guys are probably going to have to stay here for the time being before we move you. So you lads are going to be bolstered, and then we're going to try and get them in this building.
Come on!
At least that's the hope. Oh no, we can't do that, so... Oh, but we'll just use that for nothing then. Kill Love that. I guess we might as well fire with these guys then. I am going to hit the back unit. Again, luckily here we're using their own weapon against them. So we've got a bonus machine gun. Our machine gun's still way back there. Right, you lads, we also kind of do need to keep moving up, so I'm going to aim for this building. Again, we're being very ballsy here, moving him up alone. But he's going to give us good eyes on. Right, so we know there's enemies here. You guys could move here and try and hold this flank from this building, right? It's probably not a bad move. And you guys can fire at them. Right, they're suppressed and surprised. Right, I think that's done. Let's see, they're going to start actually countering us soon. More worried about that HMG than anything else if I'm being honest. Here we go. That's the lieutenant getting fired at. Dear. We can live with that. The Telmanamar dazzles in the rising light. Certainly got into extensive detail about the hotel there. Now, if we bayonet use, how's that looking? Seemed pretty good. We'll try and get rid of them. We get rid of them, we can kind of fold everyone. They can just run up. We do have another MG there, but if we can get rid of these guys, we can pull back. They're done. Excellent. Right, their morale must be absolute rock bottom. Like rock bottom. So you guys, I'd like to pull you back. Or do we leave them in the... They're covering there, aren't they? So maybe we just try and get some of you lads up. This MG's just not going to be in this. Could also get you back to somewhat safety. But I could also move you guys... See, I'd rather move them like here. So 30 cal, do we move you to there? Right, and then you guys can move there eventually. Right. We need to get him back. He's very isolated. So there's someone here. There's our commander, I guess. Cool. Now you have your squad with you, so we're going to bolster move up. I think we are. Yeah, let's do that.
Listen up.
Move to there, we're going to get morale checked. And move to there, we're going to be okay. Let's move to here. Hopefully get some line of sight. And move to here, we're still in cover. Oh.
Move it.
They're getting an alt fire. Or they're going to attempt it, or they're thinking about it. They failed, thankfully. You guys can't fire, we've just spent all our points. Nay, ideal. Holy crap, there's so many of them now. Well, it's going to be interesting. Are they firing at us from there? What? There's 6 turns left. The guns both on and offshore continue their duel. That's fine. Lieutenant Wilson is going to move into here. They're getting a not fire on that. Really? They failed. Right, good. Then you lads, what I want to do is probably bolster these guys. I'm tempted just to get this 30 cal up, but I also want to get this infantry up so we can actually use them. We're getting morale checked everywhere here. So I think we're just going to move. Oh god. Get moving. We need to get you closer. Tamara looks in the distance. Yep, very good. Okay, I think I'm probably playing too cautiously here. I'm also concerned about the sheer volume of enemies that are now around this area. However, they don't seem to be able to hit a barn door, to use a good American expression, and we're getting some alt fire at them here. Which is good. Okay. They are definitely more active now, aren't they? Now you, my friend, I think we want to form up these squads together. Or you could fire at this MG, which I don't think is a bad thing. But you can't fire from there. Shit. Can you fire from here, I wonder? Or do we move you to the building? Might try and get them in this building. If we do, they're pretty much going to be sorted. Anyway, that's it. Unfortunately. They just tried to hand us. The streets remain empty. Many routes will be locked down. I think we're gonna have to rush this. We bolster you lads. We can't there. Let's go try and bolster them and get in there. Vichy Cavalry Squad, Vichy Cavalry Squad. So I think you lads are going to have to just... we can't bayonet them. So we try and move them to just here and be in front of... We're just going to have to run, or we're going to be in trouble. Uniform, how you doing, mate? Much better this evening. Much more going on. Oh no. Actual comprehensive damage there to the lads. Shit. Right, you have one order left. Let's use it on... I can't use it now. Shit. If we move the 50 into the building, it's going to have cover. Yeah. Right. I think we've maybe made the wrong call by just straight line fighting it. I think we maybe should have listened to our subordinate and went along the beach. I'm confused. They're trying to hand us here. Is that enemy there? That's friendly. Yeah, that's friendly. These are... no, they're not friendly. Are they firing at each other? No. Don't be stupid. Right, we've got our Again, I've just left these guys way too far back, and they're of little to no use now. So you... just going to move them as far as we can. And then you can regroup with them. And then at least next turn they're going to be pretty useful. I think we're about to fail this. Just going to put that out there. I don't think we're going to get a minor victory here. The tide is rising. The Germans are going to run soon. Sergeant Grant says. I just know it. Well, I was setting us up for an attempt at a charge, but I think it's going to be thwarted here. So you could bolster these guys. But we can't. Our win chance there is absolutely non-existent. You lads have taken some pretty insane casualties. So I think we're just going to fire at them there and try and put some hurt into them. Ideally this MG can fire as well. Probably should have fired with that first actually. I think I've been way too cautious here, and I think we might be about to learn the sort of general cost of recon by... Wait, I've got friendly French. Is that what's happening here? Are those my men? They are my men. You guys can still fire with MG. I'm going to smash the troops here. I'd like to try and keep them as suppressed as we can. And hopefully next turn I can push a bit here. We'll see. I'm really not holding my breath. They're trying to hand us again. Wow. Damn. Oh shit, we surrendered. Have we just surrendered? Oh my god. Wow. That's rough. I think I made a massive mistake here. I really should have just went fully at the top. I can't see us managing this now, if I'm honest. You guys are massively pinned down and in trouble. You're taking huge casualties. So I think the best we can do here is get these boys in the building and try and offer some support. Yeah.
We're gonna pound them
We're
flat.
going to get in here. Another soldier goes down. Private Ortega Zachary, one of the originals from Seattle. His friends call for a medic, but there is no answer. None of the medics have come up yet. They're all back in the beach. Hell, almost everyone is back in the beach. Shit, Sergeant Grant swears as the rest of the Wounded Man squad does what they can for him. We can't make more of this, not here in the midst of all these Frenchies. If we can get to the hotel, maybe we can get some there to look after him. We have to keep moving. The hotel might have a doctor on staff. Maybe I should get Lieutenant Wilson's opinion. Maybe the hotel will have a doctor. Let's see. Right, you lads need to put some absolute hurt into them here because they're actually pushing up real bad. So we've managed to surprise these guys, which is good. Okay. I think they're trying to retreat. This leader's moving up. Somewhere, Mayor Victory is now locked out. Somewhere in the city. A car cost to life like a sick goat. Oh dear. That's not good. Right, you down here are in a terrible position, and we're probably not going to be able to do too much for you here, are we? Ouch. Now you, my friend, can you bayonet charge them? You can, and it looks good. We're going to have to risk this, I think, because they're absolutely pushing our men here. And we failed. Okay. If we bolster, can we still do it?
Come on!
Just bolstered them. Let's see. They still have action points, but it's now not letting us. There's no leader available to lead. God damn. I think we've made a mistake there. We've been way too cautious in this mission.
I see them.
He's undaunted. He's still pushing at us. Man, I got so much false confidence at how quickly we took out like the first line defence, which is unfortunate. We are getting 3 shots at him there, though, which isn't a bad thing from our MG of all things. And these lads are in a building, so they should be putting out some hurt here. Right, can you lads... Can you bayonet them? No, you can't. But you can probably fire. So, let's do that, right? They've been flanked, we're putting damage into them. Keeping them suppressed. Right, and you are way down. You're so out of it. I think we need to move them. We need to get them up to try and help here. They're trying to alt fire from there. I don't imagine that'll go well for them. And then if I can keep moving these lads here, honestly, I think I need to move them to there.
With me.
You can still fire. Now, do I move them into this like building / shrub area? Let's go. We're going to risk the... I worry some select resolves into that for young women. Her hair braided down the back of William's robe. He watched briefly as she tends the embers beneath an oven. Amid the scent of baking bread. It must be... I can't imagine fighting in someone's like local town. Like, absolute slogging it out. There's just people making bread, chopping up meat, like... It's crazy. Dawn has given way to morning. Okay. I think we're going to have to go with our man at the front first. So... We're in the awkward thing that if we try and push them, I think we are really going to struggle here. So we're going to try and suppress them from point blank range. Which I think should go well. They've had a death, which is good. Now they're suppressed. I think I want to take the 30 cal again. And I want to fire at them. If we can end up suppressing some of them, we could probably charge from here and try and get them to surrender. Our 30 cal here is taking a lot of damage, but in theory it should be a free weapons team. I believe. Now, I kind of want to try something stupid here. If we can make it to them... Oh, fuck. Right, you can move to these guys, and if you can get in there, we can get command, and we can make some, hopefully some magic happen. And they got some alt fire, which is not good. And they had some casualties. So let's fire at this MG. Try and just put some damage into that. I think we're basically salvaging now. At least that's what it feels like. Could be wrong. Again, very frustrating. Like half our platoon is basically back and behind us. There's no way we make it to this hotel now. There's no way. Too far, not low morale. Okay. Oh. They have line of sight there. Am I risking this? I think I am going to risk this.
Ready?
Let's go. They just need to make it. Oh, fuck. I'm just going to keep firing at them at this point. They're right in the front. They're at the point blank range. If we can keep them suppressed, we're going to limit the enemy's ability to actually damage us. Good, we're getting some auto fire. Casualties are going to be high here, I think. We're going to get a major defeat in the mission, which I don't know how that plays out. So the men, minor victory. Light casualties, we've got some loyalty. We've earned very little prestige and we had an utter failure. A few stragglers returning. Was MIA, he's returning. I'm going to try and like roll with the punches here. It didn't go well, we're going to take it in the chin. It's barely morning and the day is already chaos. Men, minor victory, casualties less than 20%. Having failed to gather a single German, the men of 1st Platoon stagger towards the outskirts of the town. Thinking the Krauts are still in the hotel, Morris asks he and Parsons share a canteen. To be fair, we were sent by a platoon to fight a garrison of a town which they said was like 2,000 men. Depends on how good the room service is. 2nd Platoon takes a dusty knee nearby Wilson and gives the order. More rounds slam into the town. A fresh wave of dust roils out. Your soldiers take cover on the other side of a low stone retaining wall as they gulp down heated breaths. Private Adams tries to swig from a canteen but vomits it right back up. No one mocks him for it. False thunder crescendos as the US Navy blasts its brass. A soft electric click tickles your ear as Harris, your radio man, fervently tries to contact someone, anyone, to lift the bombardment. No one is listening or else the radio got busted up. Nearby, Sergeant Grant speaks quietly with Private Burnell. His eyes are wide and hands are locked in fearful white-knuckled fists. Try to get the radio working. Talk to the men. Get the platoon back in gear. We're trying to get the radio working. The radio's a mess. There is sand in the casing and salt in the batteries. 2nd Platoon takes a dusty knee nearby while Wilson gives the order. Easy now, son, Lieutenant Wilson says as he helps Cross laid down behind cover. The lieutenant uncorks his canteen afterward and methodically pours the contents over the corporal's eyes, slowly clearing them of grime until the big soldier can open them once more. Thanks, sir, Corporal Crosley says in evident relief. Aye, thanks. Just keep at it, Lieutenant Wilson answers, as he passes the canteen over to the corporal. He catches your eye and nods towards a stretch of wall. Wilson offers you a jangled of bent dog tags. I've got at least 4 casualties and 1 dead. Carson, PFC, Dwight. A shell hit him full on and there's nothing left. Wilson draws in a deep breath. You know he's about to curse the Navy and he does not disappoint. Starting small and building outwards, his English merges with sharp French, then gallops over to what sounds like German or very drunk Russian before ending on sharp Chinese. Eventually he runs out of both breath. Discuss things like an officer. Talk to him like soldiers do. Yeah. You can't match him for swearing, but invective comes naturally. When you're done, he shares a nod. Nothing changes, not really, Wilson says. Same mistakes, different war. We get to write up the actor aft and we're going to complain to the right people. All this can wait till the area is secure. Bury them in paperwork. After action, yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to use every sheet to nail them Navy guys to their cross, Wilson says. I'm guessing, I don't know if anyone else is picking this up right, or maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. From what I can gather, they're trying to hint that his squad was largely damaged and injured by friendly fire. Naval guns turn on the tang of cardite rolls. Okay. Better get organised, Lieutenant Wilson suggests. The day's just begun. With that, he heads off to organise the platoons into something more than a mob of men who were just shelled by their own navy. Yep, okay. Answered. Question. You're entering your own crucible. Coping with combat as a cumulative experience. Friendly fire, nothing friendly about that. It's one thing to be shot at by an enemy, it's another to suffer it. Colossal screw up. Ultimate's right focus in the future. Ultimate's right focus in the future, yep. There's no going back and righting past wrongs, there are only future wrongs to avoid. The hail of shells begins to lighten. Lieutenant Molson puts his faith in the army. He'll work hard to see from Bruce. How to stop it. Well, the way to... Oh, yeah. A need of silence fills the void as the bombardment lifts. A distant crackle of flame arises from the direction of the town. That good scent of scorched sand spills over the wall. The army and navy work together or fail alone. Flush the civilian from the city. Yeah, quicker action. I think we need to learn from our mistakes, put our hand up and say, if we'd acted quicker, we could have maybe got in there. I feel this might have made all the difference in the world. Get the prisoners out, radio and success, the word spreads, and the bombardment would have... Yeah. In the light of the risen sun, you examine your maps once more. Okay. Right, going to quickly run to the bathroom whilst we're here. Be right back. Right, so either men, we definitely took some casualties there, as you can kind of see, and we need some replacements. So, Repo Depot, what the hell is this? So, do we want to hit this? So, they've taken casualties. You've also taken a casualty, so let's... Some divisions did their own training to ease replacement integration. Reduce cabs when it costs a free prestige. Okay, that's fine. That's then back to strength, and then here we can do that here. Right, that's us back to actual strength. And then here, let's boost their experience to their level 2. There we go. Okay, done. Oh. Check to D-Day. Seems like naval landings never go as planned. Right, continue our journey. Let's see what we've got in store now. Cape Fidala. November 1942, same day. Jesus, the size of this.
The battle still raged.
The sun rises ever higher as you and Lieutenant Wilson, Lieutenant, as they say, pin your platoons behind the cover of a retaining wall. The hotel, if it survives the naval gunfire, can be fully occupied later. Damn swabby, Sergeant Grant snarls as he digs another stone shard out of his collar. After what the Navy laid out for us, I think the enemy's guns are going to... God. Guns can turn landward. He's ever the optimist. Careful what you wish for, Old Man Wilson replies. He jerks his thumb over the top of the stone barrier. We might be about to find out. The last time I was here, the French had old 4-inch naval guns mounted in coastal batteries just ahead. Couldn't face inland back then. God, I hope they haven't changed that or we'll make a fat, juicy target for them. And we're down a machine gun. It was understandable that Corporal Crossley lost his heavy naval 30 cal during the bombardment of Fidala, but a single salt-encrusted machine gun was not supposed to be the only tool in the arsenal. The soldiers you detailed to tend the French machine gun apparently left those behind as well. 3 men to a single gun, and they still ditched them. Make a note to punish them all. Yeah. Further thought is interrupted by a fusillade of enemy fire. The men duck instinctively, even though they're behind 2 feet of rock. Your sergeant shakes his head. They aren't firing at us, he says. He points to your left. They're firing at him. Him who? A slim partition figure strides towards you over open ground. He ignores the bullets that crack past him. Behind him, his platoon scurries to the cover of the retaining wall. Gentlemen, Lieutenant Dearborn calls out. His Virginian accent, is that like, yes, I'm from Virginia. How was that if there's any Americans? Beast of the age, just no. Biz, I'd love to see a picture of the beast, but you take it easy, my friend, and thank you for coming by and giving this another go. I look forward to your verdict. If you can give us it now or later, that's great. That's more than people's houses. Good morning, gentlemen. I trust things are in hand here. Good morning, Lieutenant. Hell of a morning. Dear boy. Sarcasm. Fine weather for it, though. Dearborn shoots a glare in the general direction of the French, but one could certainly ask for better company. Yeah, great day for a walk. Patterson cracks from behind you as another shell streaks overhead, as long as you keep out of the rain. In any case, the other officer continues, ignoring the enlisted men entirely, I have not come all this way merely to stretch my legs. Third platoon's commanding officer reaches into his breast pocket and pulls out a square of folded paper. Lieutenant Colonel Moore from First Down told me to give you this. You take a sheet of paper and fold it. The measure on it is short and spare. Commanding officer Nickelcumber. Seize naval guns. Oh god. Well, don't keep an old man in suspense, Wilson growls. Well, let's just say our day just got even more interesting. Crazy march, an attack on the Cape. An attack on the Cape, Dearborn echoes confidently, and we have the honour of leading it. How long to our support? So that a runner had gone to A Company not long before I left, Dearborn replies. I cannot rightly answer for the armour that was to accompany them. We shall see them here within the hour. The highest level, Wilson asks incredulously. You mean, he motions skywards. The Virginia spells back, very nearly one would think. What's this about not damaging the oil storage? See what's just enough. See these big wide cylinders on the end of the Cape, he asked, the ones in white paint? Oh god, really? Kind of hard to miss. Oil storage tanks, the older officer replies as he eases back under cover. Fidala's got the biggest refinery in Morocco, and I bet the brass was counting on us capturing it and oil in those tanks intact. Probably why the Navy hasn't flattened the whole area. Any ideas on how to tackle this? We definitely need some advice. Wilson nods. I got one. The battery has a fire control station, a concrete bunker on a hill about half a mile away. I see we hit that bunker with everything we got. We take that station, those guns are blind. Chop off the head, kill the snake. The French know that as well as you do. That station will be heavily defended. Dearborn says and then turns to you. We should avoid the fire control station altogether and target the guns themselves. Without any pieces to direct. Oh, I don't know. I hate these decisions. It's not a question of likability, Dearborn retorts tensely. It is the better plan. First of all, we avoid the heaviest defences. Secondly, we will have more freedom to choose our approach. And lastly, the Virginian waves the single brass bar on the other officer's helm. And thanks to the silver bar on his own, I outrank you, so my plan outranks yours. Wilson scowls. You don't outrank him, says, jerking his chin at you. He's got seniority over you, too. He should be the one deciding. Very well, Dearborn replies sourly before turning to you. We commend our plans to your judgment, I'm sure. Have other preparations. Swift action. Prepare support options. I prefer fools rush in where angels fear to tread, Dearborn counters. What about heavy fire support? We should give the French a chance to give up. Send out scouts. And they're supporting Garver. I'd really like the tank to arrive earlier. And get him here, sure enough, right, good. Yes, then I'll do that, Grant says and takes a last look at the map. I trust we shall not wait up on possible support. Okay. Mission, secure the fire control tower and gun pits, suffer no more than light casualties. Okay.
We must fight our way through.
So we're on the retaining wall and we are literally fighting all the way across. Jesus. Those are the gun pits, and where's the... There's the fire control. Gun pits, gun pits. Capture at least one objective for a minor defeat. Capture at least 2 objectives required so far. Minor victory, major victory. I'd like a major victory, honestly. So, these are all the fuels. Oh god, here we go. Right, okay. Right, I think at this point we need to just kind of be ballsy and get moving, don't we? Right, you. Oh, follow me. Let's bolster them, and we're going to be very aggressive in our movement here, like as in as far as we can. We're absolute balls to the walls charging here, trying to get line of sight. Oh fuck! Should have known. Undaunted though, that's good. I guess they've taken some pretty serious. Oh, here we go. They've managed to hit us twice, but we're still undaunted. Okay. They won't get to fire again, surely. Yeah, we've stopped moving now. Right. We really do need to fire at them, I would say. Probably with these lads. Too far away. That's great. Move them to there, at least we're in sort of half cover. And then from there, they can fire. They're surprised. They're returning fire. We're going to take some casualties, I think. They've got stress. First time I've seen that. You guys could probably move to, let's see, here, and then just try and fire. I wonder if we just try and overwhelm and just pour fire into that gun just now.
Fire!
I'm not returning fire, so it's not a bad thing. You're done, my friend. So, next up is you chaps. Let's get one in this building.
Move it!
Oh. Okay.
Donnez-leur une pilule amère.
This MG is going to be the bane of our existence. I can tell. Anyway, they're in a right enough position here. We're going to, if we can, fire at them. We need to keep them suppressed as best we can. Well, Bowen, how are you, mate?
Hey lad, how's the war?
Honestly, Bow, not great, mate. We failed the last mission, and this one, I'm trying to be a bit more aggressive, but casualties seem to be higher, which I am not a fan of. But I appreciate the resub, Bowen. What's going on with yourself? What you playing? What's been occurring? get these lads all forward. We've got a good forward sort of party here. And you've got one left apparently. Let's get you moved up as far as we can here. Right, so that's them all there. So we move you to here, we can get you down here next turn, I think. Right. Let's see. I'd like this tank to arrive, that would be great. Squats. Starting to feel like a cheater. Oh, you don't have to talk to me about that. My knee's not been feeling overly great
Bully, give
for like
it to
2-3 days now, Bow. So
keep up.
kind of relating more than I care to admit now. We can just fire at you. I think I want to keep them
like
under fire and suppressed as much as we can at base level times. Now you can move on your own, which I don't really want to do. So I think what we're going to do is move these lads up. Yeah.
Move it.
Yeah, it does bound. But we'll continue to move and we'll see what's what. I tell you, if they could control those guns and get them to anything, this is a very juicy target here. Right, you lads, I would very much like to move up, and if we can, rush these guys. Oh, it's really hinting that we can't get that close here. Fire at them first and then maybe move. Move to here. And then I guess we're in half cover at least. A very, very, very well placed MG. I'll give credit where credit's due here. So are we stuck here behind them? I think we are, aren't we? We can get all the way up here with these lads. Unless there's another unit hiding somewhere that's about to fire at us. Why does it keep zooming out, lads? Something's firing at us from miles away then. Is that the gist of what's going on? I don't know what's firing at us. I really don't know.
Fire!
We really could do with this tank. And what I'd really like to do is have these lads like charge. So who's under your command? These guys need to move up. Otherwise what's going to happen is like the last mission, I'm just going to end up leaving units behind and not using them. So I'm going to try and not do that this time. Get them moved up. Right, you've still got 2 points now yourself. So I think we could technically bolster your lads, right?
Hell, you think this is
And
bad?
then can't melee charge, can't move through. So I guess we're just going to fire.
Garcia, don't
We're
stop.
still surprised here. We just need someone that can kind of close the gap, hopefully, before they get to fire. So it's going to have to be on your shoulders, my friend. So if we... Who's with you? This is the other thing I don't get, the red squads. So we could probably move you to, like, here. He shouldn't be getting fired at. He's, like, behind our lines. And, oh, no. So there's gun emplacements around here. I don't know how we deal with this other than having a tank. There's no way we can't get close at all. We can't do anything. Is he down? Where's this tank, man? Give me a tank, we could maybe do something here. Right, you my guy. They are not in a good way. So here we're going to do follow me. Or not. Guess we're going to bolster, we're going to move up, and then we're going to try and charge them if we can. Which, it's not going to happen. Unless we give them an order here. Then we charge them. Too far? What? He's got low morale. Come on, man. Should be able to move you guys up, but I guess not. One MG here is probably both spotting for the rest of their guys and also pinning our entire platoon down. As in all of them.
Putain!
Right, my guy. What the hell are we going to do here? We kind of need to move you up. Unless we move you into this squad and then move you. So we move you to here. We attach you there and then we move up and try and push this gun.
You're the 7th. Get in gear.
And then can we actually do this? Doesn't look like it. They're going to get morale checks, so we move to here.
Let's go.
Can we rally them? No. Okay. So, if that's the case, you lads should technically be able to move, but the game's not letting me. So it'll be you lads that we move. Or you lads. Right to there. Same, we can make it almost all the way, so we're going to try that. Right, we're basically surrounding these guys and we're about to take fire from another nest. We really, really need these tanks. Can utilize bayonet. You can. Same, we should win. Please tell me. Yeah, finally. Right, we've taken out the MG, so we can at least move up a little bit now. Pretty good position as well that we can hopefully do some overwatch and shoot from. We'll see. You can now fire. Too far away. Brilliant. Where can they see? They can see there technically. Let's move to the for fuck's sake. Okay, cool. Brilliant. Right, you don't have too much to offer here, sadly. So, do we move you just into this, or do we rally yourself? Maybe just rally. He's taking unnecessary damage, so we'll just rally him and get him ready. Well, tank again. Does tank want to arrive? No. No, okay. Good chat anyway. Right, so you lads, you can't move. So one squad is lost a man. So do we need to rally them? I think we do. Keep them in the fight. And you can't attach to anything that's going to be overly useful. So we're going to move these lads up now. And the MG. So they have a line of sight on this main road. So you cannot just go straight along and I need to stop doing it. So stupid. I'm going to move these lads. Oh, it's just the commander, is it? It's just the commander. I'm not going to move him up then, but we will move up. Where's our other blue guys? These guys. Can't move them. You guys can move them. I'm going to move them towards this town, I think. Okay. Ah dear.
Donnez-leur une pilule amère.
Our opportunity fire is actually it's taking its toll. They're not in a terrible position. I'm going to try and get into the building. At least that way they're in relative safety. Okay. That MG's firing at us again. Who's it at this time? Still one of our... Oh dear. Jeez. Right, so you lads, which one do you fire at? Guess it's gonna be them. So a better one chance. Question is, do we fire at them both or do we just like really pin one of them down? Oh no, not an option. Not an option.
We've almost finished the job.
You lads can now move up. And there's a squad there. Really good chat. Brilliant. Love that. Lieutenant Wilson's going to move up and hopefully group up with these lads at the front, give us a better line of sight. Again, this armour wants to arrive. That would honestly be quite incredible. Could really do with that. We're running across that open ground here and just we're not able to do anything. You lads can move to, let's go here. And we're ready to fire it again. Okay, they are well dug in here. Let's, you know what? Let's get in this building. At least now we've got very good cover. Right, here we go. Tank? Question mark? Nope. Okay, cool. Right, there's a cavalry squad here. I think at this point we're going to try and fire at them, get the account opened up, and then we'll see if we can maybe move. So we fired at them. The question is, have we done enough damage to justify closing the gap? And the answer is probably no. You're spent. And the 10 turn before anything else could do anything. And their MG way up the back of the map is once again firing at our same lieutenant. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Putain!
Oof.
Bordel de merde!
Right, you're a point man here. You lads are actually the ones at the front that could probably actively engage. Full cover here, so I am going to move them into this building. And I think from here we're going to try... Oh my god, there's so many of them. Right, you lads, let's fire at them. Try and at least suppress this side so we can keep plodding along the rocks.
Fire!
Right, the other thing I need to remember is that the game was constantly trying to get you to fix, flank, and fire. So we've fixed them. What we really need to do is get a second squad flanking and firing. So we're going to move the blue guys first. You're going to get bolstered. We're going to try and creep them along the rocks and fire either them or them. So I wonder, do we be really ballsy here and try this? Can't I bolster? Right, this is probably going to go badly. Yep. One thing I'm definitely struggling with playing this just now is the urgency versus the sort of casualties and whatnot. So here, can we just bayonet them from this close, not too far? So our morale's too low. And if we do this, it's going to use up our points. So we can either boost morale or we can attack them. And I think I'm going to shoot at them from here.
Superiority now!
Okay. And then here we can hopefully rally you lads and keep them safe, sound, and in the fight. Okay, you're up next, my friend. We need you to do some business here. Now they should be fixed, so we should be able to actually move pretty well here, I think. So you can bolster them.
That's bully. Come
all
on.
of us here, all you lads, we're going to move up. We're going to try and bayonet them. No, we're not. Great chat. Great chat. We're going to move up here and try and stay in cover at least. And then cannot bayonet them at all. So I guess we're going to fire at them then.
Just like training.
Go. Just like training. You heard the man. Now they are under stress, which I can't imagine is a bad thing. So if we If we use the
Pick up the
ability to give
pace.
them another attack. We can't bayonet, can we? Definitely can. We can shoot here. I'm going to hit them again. Be right back. The wee man is stirring. Right, okay. We're trying to do the 3 Fs. Fix, fire. The cavalry arrives. We've got the distant telltale roar of gasoline engines pulls your attention back to the town. The men around you give a ragged cheer as the olive green shapes of 4 M3 light tanks roll towards you, their guns trained towards the French positions. Sergeant Grant rides on the hull of the lead tank, pointing out your positions. Okay. Lieutenant, your radio man calls out as he hands you the headphones. Those tanks are calling you. Oh, here we go. The voice that replies is deep and authoritative. New England by way of West Point. Nickel 6, are you Sergeant Grant's commanding officer? Affirmative, welcome to hell. Could be request a lot of fire support. Affirmative. Good. I am Colonel Wilbur. Colonel. From General Patton's staff, I'm here to take over the attack on those guns as soon as my infantry support arrives. That's true. The cannon on those light tanks might as well be pop guns compared to the Navy's heavy artillery, but they're still bigger than anything you've got with you. Except fire support. Understood, Lieutenant. The Colonel replies, I'm sending your fella Grant back with you. Keep your channel open. Okay. So, Wilbur here has a shit ton of tanks. And by God, we need them. So, I'm thinking that we actually bolster you and absolutely launch you forward. As in, or do we go up the main road? Do I move them to here and just have them beat the front? I think we will. Now I'm hoping here that he can still fire. And he can recon. He can't aim fire, but he can recon fire. So let's do that. Keep them busy. They're unable to return fire. That's what I'm here for. Good. Now he's still in there. That's fine. I think what we're going to do is grab another tank and move it up as far as we can. And try and get these. But we really need the tanks in the front line because we desperately need to break through here. Like real bad. So they're up and they can also fire again. And I think we're just going to try and fire on all these guys and get them suppressed.
Fire!
I think these tanks are going to make a hell of a difference here. At least I hope they are anyway. Right, they're up. Can we get another one or is that? Hey, we can. Good. Let's get you to here. I will move one up this side as well. Okay, and you lads, you can't move. They can move. Let's move them to right by them on the flank here. The next turn's going to be fun, I guess. We again need to just hope that these naval guns can't turn around and like kapow us. They're still shooting at this. That's not Grant, is it? I'm not familiar with the portraits yet, so I can't quite recall. Right, you here. We don't do damage to them, so I'm wondering, can you guys bayonet them? No, you can't. And here we're getting a morale check, so we should probably fire first.
Give it to him.
Right, pretty good fire in there. Now I'd like to try and bayonet here if we possibly can. Is that an option? Nope. Nope. Morale too low. So I think we want to rally, right? Or we bolster you guys.
No speeches today. Get this done.
So it looks like we're going to win. So if we can chip in here and then failed, fucking hell. Go try it again.
Who said we were done?
And we can't now because they're not bolstered. Oh, some game, man. Some game. Okay, so we're just gonna fire these guys, fix them, and then get you guys to charge.
Fire at will!
Maybe that's what we should do here. But then we've exposed ourselves to it. This is not straightforward. Yep, flanked. Brilliant. Jesus, so much damage going both ways. Right, you are absolutely useless. I think we're going to have to do this and move yourself so you're out of the danger zone here. Which we can't. Okay, great turn, mate. Right, my man. We can't bayonet you guys, can we? We can bolster you. And hopefully we can charge them. But
don't let me down.
Here we go. We've nothing to lose here.
Let's go. Harris, with me.
Please. Thank God. Right. That's this way opened at least. Good. Then you guys, the question is, do we move or do we fire and fix? I think we fire. Or do we? There's two gun pits there. We could move towards them and get a line of sight here. I'm going to do that. Try and get some line of sight. Are they actually getting to fire at us from there? Really? The old man. Right. All I want is the tanks to be able to do some stuff here. If I can... Yeah, there we go. Right. Now, without you lads moving, we are going to aim fire and we're going to absolutely smash as much of this front line here. So we can't hit them with aim fire. Interesting. So it's recon fire. I think we're going to try and collapse this side because we've got so many tanks here. We've got casualties, that's what I'm here for. And you can fire again, which we're going to do at... Honestly, these... Yeah, it's really... Hit them. It's telling us we can fire there, but it's also stopping us from firing. So I don't know what it is that's going on actually. You guys can not aim fire there. Can you aim fire from here then? You can. But there's no way to damage that. So let's just turn you guys face that direction and then we'll fire, right? Yes.
Can't see.
That's fine. It's almost I almost wish these guys had turrets, you know. Anyway, they've done their bit. This Stuart's going to move up to here. And we're going to fire you at them. So we're basically softening up every unit here. So that's what we want to be doing at the moment, I think. You, I think you can fire at anyone else with a weird angle you're at. So what we actually want is you getting moved up, I think. Yeah, if we move you up, that's the tanks at least consolidated in a sort of blob together. There we go. Right, they're done. You've still got one left. So do we just move and try and get eyes on? Maybe I just move here and just try and get eyes on. See if there's anything I'm behind. Right, done. And we're getting fired at still from the flank. The only advantage is that we're in a bit of cover here. We are taking actual damage though, which is not great. All those MGs are firing at us, so we probably want to try and push this point a bit more and do damage. I guess we're at the point we're just going to try and capture the fire control, I guess. They're all firing at this Sky Squad. All of them. Every single one of them's hitting him. Okay then, that's cool. Now, surely to God, you can... Right, I'm going to try this again. We're trying bayonet them. I can't see this failing again. There's no way. Surely not. Are you killing me? Are you kidding me? Genuinely don't know what to say here.
Hit 'em hard, ladies.
I don't know how we're failing. I don't know if I'm not understanding the general. Just it had this like maximum success there, and then you go to try and engage it, and the game's like, yeah, nah. Now you still can't really move forward, so that's saying to me that you guys are going to have to move forward before we're going to be able to really do anything. This way at least opens up the road as well. Attempt alt fire. How can you alt fire us? We have absolutely decimated your unit in almost every way, shape and form. There is no way they should be alt firing us anything. Now I am incredibly tempted to move them up as far as we can here. Like to here. Just so we've got another unit in the front line. Like so. Now, can we move them? Nope. Can't move you. You're done. Right, here we go. Tank. Tanks are definitely the most important. Now, if we move you to here, I want to see how this looks. Can we fire at the fire control? And can they really fire at us here? Like, can they damage us? Because it doesn't feel like they can. Fire them quite happily. Right. Colonel's still in there. No, I'm not gonna waste that on them. Right, you my friend. Recon fire, we're gonna fire at you. Just gonna hammer these as best we can here. So actually casualties coming, which is good. We're gonna grab you guys and we're gonna fire at them. No, we can't fire it. Nope. No, okay. Great chat. Fire here then. Or move here, sorry. 2 tanks here, so we're in a good position on this front. You guys can recon, and we're going to fire at them right in front.
Shit.
Right, tank here, and then we are going to fire again. And it would have been ideal to fire at those guys, but obviously not an option, which is great. Then we're going to move these guys, I think, up to here, so we've got at least one tank that's supporting this flank. I think the plan is to go for the fire control, try and avoid the guns actually. That's what we're going to go for. Right, Stuart wise, we've got one more we can move. I'm going to move them to here, and they're hopefully just off the fire support in this general vicinity. Let's go. Bam.
Don't let up.
Right. Yeah, they've all been suppressed here, so let's see. I'm going to fire these guys still. Oh. I just need to try and get them back a bit so they're in better cover. We don't need to actually attack this way at all. We're just going to go for the fire control. And I'm assuming this is bad wire here. Don't know if we can actually go past it or what the story is. So you guys, we definitely want to move back into better cover and out of line of sight, ideally. So that's your turn done. We are firing them, they're firing at us. Hopefully it is a good thing. We'll see. I'd really like you guys to bayonet them, but it's, once again, the game's like, yeah, nah. Do we rally you, maybe? Why not?
You got gum on your
Right, they're
boots.
rallied,
Get
so
going.
we've absolutely skyrocketed their morale, which I can't see in any way, shape, or form being a bad thing. I think we're going to fail another mission. Just my gut saying so. Can we rally you guys from there? No, but we can rally ourselves, right?
We must press them.
And surrounds, and then you're done. Right, 6 turns left. Kind of tempted to just fire at this. So their MGs are firing it. It just doesn't seem like it's going to do much. If we do this again, can they fire again? That's what I really want. They can, right. 2 good bits of damage there. You lads, let's fire at them.
Find the target.
Then man, tanks are kinda like unbelievably awkward to use in this. Right. So them.
You'll have to really work it over.
And here maybe move them up this way. Although honestly I'm tempted just to harass and just start putting pressure on this back line a bit more. Okay, you're done. I can't seamlessly split here, we have to do this first. And their MGs are firing at us again.
Allez au diable.
Brilliant. Wait, did we just lose our lieutenant? Oh no. Did we? I'm not even entirely sure at this point anymore. So bayonet here. Surely to God. Failed. I'm just trying again. I don't understand. I don't understand. We can boost and go once more, and I'm going to look at the details. So we're trying to bayonet here. Unit suppression's 5. RMG attack. No, the target covered. Now they're in a 2-star cover. So again, I'm going to go again. Should I be moving and then coming in? That's what I'm not sure of. No resist. Right, they finally surrendered. It's taken like 3 attempts, which is great. So now these guys are hidden again, which can be a bad thing. And then you guys, I would ideally move up. My God, you're far back. You can't actually go forward. That's cool. They're fired, that's good. You're done. Right. You, my friend, are going to rally yourself. And then we're going to try and bring you in here on the flank, I think. Not this turn 4, that's for sure. Right. So. Can't charge you. Can't charge you. So what I'm wondering is, do we bolster you? And then you guys from here push. Let's go. Surely to God. They're behind them. They're behind them. Surely. Right, we need to do the 3 Fs. Get your USB cable. If only it were that simple, Bound. I truly do mean that. If only it were that simple. Can you charge again? Oh my god. Are we going to get 2 in 1? Or, see, we're going frontally here. We're going frontally, so we'll see how this plays out. No, it's worked again. My god, okay. They're just crumpling. They're absolutely crumpling. Excellent. Not a bad thing. And you have 2 moves left, it's basically saying. I am tempted to try... Oh, I can't. They're going to have to rest then, aren't they? We can't do this from afar, can we? So that means... You guys... can move to here. I doubt they can open fire on us in any concise sort of manner. I'm going to fire at them, just try and keep them suppressed and under sort of extensive fire. And that's your turn done, I believe, my good... Oh no, you've still got one more, it's saying. Let's just rat... Oh, I can't rally here. That's great. Can't do either of those, so we're just going to end turn, I think. Right. There's no way you should still be taking fire. So we have our tanks still. Now, do we have to fire here to open this? Is that what it is? I don't know. So, let's see. Hold fire. Over there. So, if we do this, fire at control tire or no? Illegal target, it says. I'm going to try this. Does this blow up the... Nope, it's an illegal target. So can we not... Illegal target. Can we not get through here? How am I meant to fire at the control tower? It literally seems like I can't get through. I'm not following that one, my friends. Supposed to these lads were trying to push and get in this.
There's no stopping now.
I'm honestly tempted to just do this. We need to push towards us and see what we can do.
Hoof it.
I'm pretty sure these boys here are going to get absolutely leathered. Yep. This genuinely had to be done though. So again, not sure what we're meant to do with this bad wire. What the crack is. We're getting more opportunity fires. I think we're in trouble here, big trouble. Navy's aim is getting better, is it? Let's see about that. Fortunately, I think he's probably done now.
Listen up.
You're done. And then we have one of our leads who's still stuck essentially at the back of the map. So we have you lads who still have a bit of points left, but it's not basically your turn, so we can do fuck all with it. You guys for some reason can't move forward. Why is that? You can now. Okay, let's just straight line it. Ears are popping. That's an acting lieutenant. That's great news then. You lads here. I would love to bayonet them, but it's just not an option, is it? But we have fired. We have fired here and fixed them.
How much ammo left?
So we're not miles from taking them out. And can we bayonet? We can. It says. Let's see.
Shit.
Oh, that's not a good sign. Well, we've got our tanks again, who are all over the place, facing different directions, and we can't seem to find an actual way to break through here, which is really cool. We can't fire at the control tower. As far as I can see, I don't think we can actually get our infantry through it, which is really cool. I'd honestly love to fire at this emplacement as well, and just keep them busy. I think to do that we're going to have to do this again, which we can't because we need to rest. I really do want to get over this. I don't understand how we're going to get in here. Or is it telling us that we need to go this way? Is that what this is? So if we do this and then just YOLO, is that what the game's, is that where we are? We have to move them up, and then next turn we're going to have to fire at the 2 gun emplacements. That's where my head's at now. That this is what we have to do because we can't actually get through the barbed wire. We can fire at the gun, that's here, which doesn't seem like a bad thing. Fired, that's something. And you guys are going to move up too. Yeah, we'll find out the infantry here on the approach. You guys can fire, you can't fire anything. So let's just move you to here and then we'll turn them. Right, done. Let's see here. So, we've got your cell. We want to fire at a hard target and try that, but we can't do that. Why is it we can't do that? Can't aim fire at them at all. So if we do this, how's this going? Can we destroy them or do we need to capture them? It's looking like we have to capture them.
Fire!
Right, they've been flanked, so that can't be a bad thing. I refuse to believe that's a bad thing. And what I'm starting to think is that you, my friend, need to just YOLO and charge across here. So if we do this way, you can't do that with yourself. Can't do that with yourself. So it's just going to be that. I think you're done. I believe we have one more tank we can move from here, but I think we're going to move down to there. And hopefully they're just going to sort of kite fire and distract, really, right? So you are going to fire at them. And all we're doing here is trying to keep them busy, keep them preoccupied and engage them. That way they're hopefully not engaging our boys. Right, we're just done there. You guys are going to have to haul ass up the top here. So we're doing that.
Holly, give it to him!
And then I was honestly really hoping you'd just run. But here we are. Who the hell's next? You're so far back, you're just not useful. If you guys move, we can get them to here. I think we can charge them. I just want to get in here. I'm so frustrated.
Up and at 'em, ladies.
Come on, boys. There's no way. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, they surrendered, that's good. End of the world. Try and move them up and get them in the building here. So let's go for there. That is the lieutenant only, which I really don't like. But we're here, we've moved them. He's locked in now. Right, you my guy. Boost you and keep you moving. Keep moving them because I think we need help up there. $11 out of 14 turns. Yeesh. I've now fired at them, and I'm not entirely sure we have to be doing that. Now, you are probably our absolute priority here to get you out of there, but we can't do that because you're already bolstered. Can't also move them that way. So, for you guys, what we really want is our lead moving up to meet them. throwing himself into these lads and then pushing them, I think. And he's getting fired. Oh dear. Then you lads, we are going to... Can we do it again? I'd really like to have moved them. Here we are again. Kind of want to get you out of here, so if we bolster that looking better.
Duncan, I'm counting on you.
Nope. Kyle, why did you do that? You should have replaced the morale. Oh man. Still 2 units here stopping us getting anywhere closer. Lieutenant's completely isolated. Good times. It's like someone's firing at us there. Don't like that at all. We are going to move in reverse to here. That way you're not way up in the face for like no reason. Can't do that because you still technically need to rest. So again, what's the crack here? Trans expensive uses 2 orders. Now I'm happy to use 2 orders if we're going to fire at these, but I don't know how to. So I'm having to do a recon fire again.
You see that?
This is like the 3rd time I've hit this, so I'm assuming we have to move infantry on it. It's the only thing I can now think of that actually makes any sense. There has to be like infantry on the point. Still can't hit you, so that's really cool. I want to move this tank up here just to spot the guy and see what's basically going on. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. And you're the last one, so let's just rally. Can't. Cool, good chat. And there's you guys. You are going to fall back and reacquaint yourself with your boys here. And we will rally them.
Keep your heads down!
But to be turn 13, we've got 2 turns left. We've got infantry here that's still multiple turns away from being anywhere near. Just what you want. I don't think we're going to make it in time. We're getting morale checks, so we're probably going to get stopped moving. Okay, and then we can move one more. I think we're still going to be short next turn. Which is incredibly unfortunate. Okay. You lads, we are going to do this again. We're going to try and pull them out of here, and we can't because I've not paid attention yet again. They need their morale set. They need to be rallied. Now you lads can all collectively bolster yourselves here.
Let's get back out there!
And let's move them all here.
Get your ass moving!
So they're now on the front line with other infantry. We are going to... There's no way you can bayonet any of that. You know what? At this point I'm just going to fire at the units, and if we get a bit of pleasure and success, I'm going to take it. We just need the morale. You guys can move up, so move you to here.
With me.
And then to here. Oh, yeah. Tanks are the ones still to go. Starting to think that the tanks haven't actually been as useful as we initially hoped they would be. So we're down to another one of these. Lieutenant leader out of action. Is that the enemy? I hope. I really hope. So assuming you haven't rested. There's no support available. You're kind of done, my friend.
Fire!
Well, we've taken out a leader, but the only positive we can really salvage from this. Casualties haven't been through the roof. So again, I'm not entirely sure if I can really celebrate that. One turn left to this. I genuinely, I don't think these guys can make it on a march. Definitely can't.
We'll have to really work it over.
I'm starting to basically say that we're just failing this one again. Oh, sorry. Had the wrong units in the wrong places, getting pulled out of shape and having to do the wrong things. And the first mission we've had armour and it's not went well. So you guys literally just need to move here. There's not like an ability or an option for us to do anything else. It failed to. Lost for words. We'll try and bayonet here because at this point I genuinely feel like I have nothing to lose. And we failed again, so that's cool. Try them then. Why not? Trying to alt fire us. If we resist this, we might have a chance. We're into melee. I'd like to think that at this point, yeah, there we go. Is that another? There's not enemy. They're fixed. We're flanking them, the Fs and all that chat. Don't think we ever are one of them to use, do we? Oh no, we do.
Let's work them over.
Okay. Any good bayonets here? We might be able to pull this off. Come on, boys.
Come on. It's up to us.
Jesus, we have, I think. Wow. That's enemy lieutenant. Still absolutely no idea how to get in these gun pits. Which is just the best. So I think we're about to fail. Rallied you should be happy. I think, is this end turn? Is this end game? Good game, Kyle. You tried again? Yep. Major defeat. Jesus. Hit faction. Minor wound. Okay. We'll watch this and we'll maybe wind it up there, guys.
In proof of the surprise of our landings, German armistice commissions were caught flat-footed in each city. Their jobs, to bleed North Africa of her raw materials and farm products. The people
oh,
of
Bowen,
North
it's been
Africa
such
were
a struggle. We
evidently
failed
not
the first two
sorry to see them
missions.
go.
Sorry, that's a lie. We had success in the first one and failed two of them since. So the American invasion of Morocco is not going great. Right, guys, I am going to save this one here. Much more enjoyable playthrough tonight, I'd say. I've actually enjoyed this more. I have absolutely no idea how this is performing on in terms of viewership and all that. So I am going to sort of sit and take measure of how this game's performed on stream, and I'll maybe have a quick chat with some of you guys in Discord that have been around as to whether this is something you want me to continue showing off or not. I also put my hands up and say that I think this game's either got too much depth for me just now that I don't fully understand it and I just need hours. But one of the things we do at our core when we play a new game in the channel is try and have that first playthrough be genuine and authentic, that we're learning as we go. And I'm trying to do that here, but I feel like I'm just doing the combat all wrong. Like, I feel like there's just something at my absolute core that I'm not doing well, and I don't entirely know what it is. And I'm not sure, if I'm being honest and upfront, I have the patience and the, more importantly, probably the time just now to actually sit and figure out. Good job, boss. That's why you're the best. Not sure about that. And Chug, hey mate, appreciate that. I really, really do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take measure on in Discord and just general viewership and how the video performs. We'll see. But it's an awkward spot. I'm enjoying the game, performing terribly in the channel, as in some of the worst statistical viewership I've had since I started streaming. That's how bad. But guys, we'll bounce back. So if you're watching this and you're at this point and it's like, well, this is something I've enjoyed watching, you have to let me know, because we're on the ropes, man. We're on the ropes. But guys, if you have been watching on YouTube, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one, whether it's in this or something else. Bye for now. Okay.